Hello everyone, this is Fred from the Forever Bedrock Realm. Hey, and only 3 minutes late this time. We're getting good. As the title suggests, today I will be making a Woodland Mansion in my world, on this part of the world, by my base. I estimate, based on me just putting out the first 2 layers, that I am 10 to 20,000 blocks short of what I need to do. Because even with this all kept as logs, I'm going to need a heck of a lot of materials. And while we're doing this, we'll be talking about why this is happening, why I already have an outpost, a desert temple, an ocean monument, and somewhere hidden over there, a little itty bitty desert well. There it is. You can barely see it. The first one. For those who have watched my videos, this is where I used to have a mountain that was about as tall as that one right there. And then I tore it down and terraformed it so it looked like it was natural. And then I tore it down again to put a giant woodland mansion here. The plans for this have been going on for a while. Now the first step is to get some materials out of these boxes. I need this and this, one of these and this. Now I don't really actually have this second layer done completely. Let's talk about methodology, how I got here. So I've spent the last several months tearing apart a Woodland Mansion on a creative copy of this world. That the Woodland Mansion is no longer there because it was lost in the 1.18 update. So I had a copy, which is nice, and I just took it layer by layer. I learned how to do enough commands to remove an entire layer of blocks at once, and I just copied it to my graphics software so I could do it layer by layer and design it layer by layer and have all the know where to put all the materials I needed. So let's flip over to there. It's paint.net. You can see here, this is the layer I'm at now. And I can go through and change different layers of view, and they're all overlaid. And as we're going through, all we're doing is essentially we build one layer, we go to the next layer, build that one, keep going. This is layer 2. We're going to layer 32. Like I said, I don't know how many materials I'm going to need. Probably more than what I have. Each one of these grid things are 16 by 16 because I needed images of the blocks there. When I did the temple, I did it much the same way, except there's only, I don't know, there's what, 4 or 5 blocks, like including the gold. That was easy. I did it by pixel color. Very small graphic. Didn't have to do a bunch of copy paste and moving around. This, however, I do. So the first thing I need to do is finish this layer up. And we've just got a little bit of notches to put in here. Now if you're doing something like this, you learn a lot about the structure, more so than if you had actually read the Wikipedia every day of your life. Because that has all the information, but you have to really experience it. So I know that this is going to be the 8th block over, even though I confirmed by looking at my image. Break that. Boom. There's only a few of these, and they actually, the reason we want to put these in, and we'll see, is every block, even if it seems weird, like this won't be seen in the final version, but it helps me line up the walls for the next step. So I had ideas of, well, you know how, like, you know, in a lot of supervillain movies, you know, they take all the 7 wonders of the world and they shrink them down and put them on a mantelpiece or anything like that. It's the same kind of idea, because you remember this is kind of my evil villain lair, even though it was just, you know, farms and storage and my bed. Except, you know, why shrink them down? Just make them full size. It really, that's more of a storyline really than is necessary, because what it started as is I found that desert temple, or not the temple, the well not too far from here, and the temple was just on the other side of my base, and once I raided it, I got rid of it. I thought it would be funny just to move it over, so that's what I did. So this is going to be an 8. Should be 17, I think, because it's a gap of 7, one block, and then another gap of 7. That's 15. So 16th one. See, I'm still learning. Months and months of doing this, I'm still learning. If I was really learning, I learned how to do the math by just, the coordinates that I can literally see. Or let's see what else. I could do a stack and put stuff out there. There's lots of ways of doing it easier than what I'm doing. So this is at 16. It's at 32, so I need one at 48. That should be it for there. So now I need to do the bottom ones, which look completely different, of course. Yes, Fluffy, welcome. And that was definitely done on Despicable Me. It's been done everywhere. I feel like it had to have been a James Bond thing at some point. Oh, see, I don't know Despicable Me well enough to remember the nefarious principle. Is that the one that says that why bother doing something nefarious if no one's going to see it? Because in that case, yes. And I got to say, I'm a little disappointed with everyone else in the realm, because literally no one has asked me about the monument or anything else, aside from the fact of, you built that here? Or saying, oh look, Fred's got this crazy monument here, or this desert temple. No one's asked me why. Curiosity killed the cat, apparently, and something, I don't know. Maybe they're worried about it. I don't know why I'm doing it the slow way. Well, because it's me. No, I do not plan on stealing the moon. Mostly because I'd have to get to the moon to get the blocks to steal the moon. See? Yep, right there. Juggeright's right. I'd have to have enough blocks from the moon to steal the moon, and that just seems impossible. I was, however... Okay, I'm experiencing quite the realm lag. I was thinking of putting in an end city somewhere around here, though. Starting small with a small one, maybe putting in a ship later. Yeah, the kids will tend to watch movies over and over again, and so will adults, i.e. me. Although I'm more apt to watch TV time and time again. You know, who's got time to sit down and watch a 90, 100-minute movie when I could sit down and watch 3 entire series of something? It's about the commitment. Okay, so yeah, I've proven that I can commit things. Endstone is always used for moon. I think some of the dead corals are a little bit better though, because they're grayscale. So I was all proud of myself for having this second monitor I can read the chat on. The text is so small I can barely read it. And I just realized I'm freezing. It's supposed to be 20 degrees hotter on Thursday than it is today here. So that's... Okay, I think we might be back. Am I back? If I'm not back, let me know. I'm on the realm. It looks like things are streaming. Of course, my internet chose this time to die. And Joe, yeah, we've talked about this before. I don't use dual monitors because I have a giant 24-inch monitor I use instead. What I really need to do is get a stream deck and figure out how to use this stupid thing. Because I do not play Minecraft in full screen mode. And so I have to switch back and forth, which is why I'm constantly doing this. Or sometimes I'll just Alt-Tab accidentally and this will happen automatically. But in this case, I need to bring back my graphics program. Find my mouse. There it is. Old eyes are getting older. Let's keep the blend mode down a little bit. One of the things I'm going to do here, like I did with the well, look who's showing off now. Oh, I remember you said you bought that. My chat's not back on OBS. Okay, Payne. Anyone remember what the heck I was saying? No? Oh. One of the things I'm going to do here, like I did with the Ocean Monument, is light up all the dark rooms. This will be someplace that we can all tour, not someplace we get killed in. You know, call me cautious, but that's just how I like to do things. So for this one, I am totally unprepared. I don't know, man, how many of you have been into a Woodland Mansion, but they're fairly well known for having a bunch of white and red carpet. I had forgotten all of this when I even gathered the few materials I did gather ahead of time. Luckily, I need more red than white, so hopefully I have enough white, even for this first floor. This could be a lesson of how many materials does it really go in. One thing I did not do is try to count. I know just about every level of the 32 levels in a Woodland Mansion has between like 1 and 3,000 blocks. I could give you the actual numbers if I did the math, but I didn't. I'm not going to now. So like this one is a lot of walls. Walls are fine. Walls don't have a lot of blocks in them. This floor is about the maximum size we're going to get. And I was out here growing birch trees because even though I'd been collecting birch for months, I did not have enough even for the first of 3 birch floor levels. Oh good, I hope the lag keeps going on. It's really makes me feel good. I also can't see the chat at all right now because OBS hasn't refreshed it. Stop hating me. Okay, now I finally got the chat back. Joe, I have addresses for a couple of mansions on the realm. This one was on the realm, but we got rid of it. When we moved to 118, it disappeared. It was nice and close. It was crazy too. I sent the coordinates to D-Ski a while back because there's a mansion, right? And over to the one side, I guess it was here. And over to the one side, there was a village with a pillager outpost in it, like right on the edge. And if you go this direction a little bit, there's a village. If you go that direction a little bit, there's a village. There's another village here. There's one over here. I think there might be one down there. This mansion was surrounded by villages. It would have been the best spot to set up, and we just wiped it away because I wasn't paying attention. I'm so not going to get much of this done today. I can't possibly focus on doing this and talking at the same time. Is there? Now? That's not a chunk base. So I'm going to do there's two of them, like at negative 18,000 by 8,000. I'm going to go out to and do a raid. I'm going to do two styles of raid. One, the traditional raid, and one, the cheap and easy raid. Don't worry, it's totally safe. Deesky, make sure you stay awake for that one. I might need your help. So 3, 7. Okay, I may be back, and I don't know for how long. I don't know how long it'll last. Still can't see chat properly. You know what? I'm just putting down carpet. Forget all this nonsense. Carpeting is where it's at. I knew that was going to happen. Stop it. Let's see if I can get this to work again. Thanks. Every time this happens, I reboot my gateway, and then sometimes I reboot my router. This time I rebooted both, and it took forever. And chat still isn't connecting on OBS to really help me out. Now I need to know how much carpet to put down. So that's 16. I need to put down some of this wood. So oh wait, no, I can use this. 5 after that. All right, come on. Wait, was that the red or the white that was 5 after this? Was it 5? Was it the 5th one? Yes, the monument took me forever to do too. This should not be a surprise. Okay, the red was 5 after. The white is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got it. Nailed it. There's a lot of carpet here. I was doing the same thing when I was having when I was out there making the map. Yes, it is made out of birch wood. I know, you think of them as being all dark oak, but the floors are birch. In the first long series I had been out as Minecraft, I tore one down piece by piece. That's another good way to learn about the structures in Minecraft. Tear them down, rebuilding them. So Woodland Mansions have random... No, actually the outpost I didn't because it's small enough and just general. I guess I did do it by layer, but a lot simpler. I didn't draw it out. I think I might have just grabbed a picture of it, really, a couple pictures of it, and just went through. Because it's small enough. The desert temple, like I literally brought it over brick by brick, like it was London Bridge or something. It's difficult because, of course, you typically tear things down from the top to the bottom, and you build them the opposite way. So once you get to a certain size, it's really hard to just kind of like do it on the fly. What I was saying about Woodland Mansions and Ocean Monuments the same way, they can spawn in differently. You know, it's not just one set design. It's a lot easier if it is. And so, yeah, I could have found a smaller one. I could have found it in different shapes. This one would have been real fun to raid because it had several map rooms. And it had a bunch of the spawning spaces for the evokers. This would have been brutal had we just, unceremoniously dumped it. Come on, sleep. I mean, it looks dark. Last night I was out here prepping and it looked bright, so I'm like, oh, I'm fine. I got surrounded by mobs. I'm trying to eat and sleep. There we go. Sorry about that. I just gave myself a headache. Let's grab some of this. Okay, when I hit a button and there's a pause, it makes me nervous, game. Don't make me nervous. I'm going to run out of white carpet very soon. Oh. So I don't know how much more patience I have for this, but you know, thanks for those who've come back a couple of times. This is probably not the day to get an internet service recommendation from me. No point in doing that. Gave up on trying to get OBS chat back. Boom. Ah! What do you get? Noise. Thank you for the delivery. I know white wool is like the easiest thing to find on the realm right now because we all have tons of it. Except for me, because of course I just made a giant map. Let's put this. Looks like we can just store it right there. Shouldn't need that. I'll need this. Try to do some inventory management. I forgot I still had more dark wood, dark oak. Should have stayed there and just slept. I have a feeling I did this wrong. Did you guys notice I did this wrong? I think I did this wrong. Oh yeah, I totally did this wrong. And no one said anything in the chat. You guys need to pay more attention. Alright, I'm going to show you how I did it wrong. But I want someone to take a guess. Assuming chat's still alive, because I don't know. No one said anything in a while. Alright, let's flip this over. Back to my drawing. Anyone see something different here? Look at that. Look at that shape. And then look at this shape. There's supposed to be a huge cutout here. I totally forgot about. Yeah, but it's all about shapes, man. I've been working around that stupid shape for, well, months. Oh, bother. Which means I unterraformed a bunch of stuff that shouldn't have been unterraformed. That'll be a fun follow-up project. Okay, while I'm doing this, now, OBS chat just said, nope, we don't trust it. It's going away. Oh, bother. Okay, so this is... See, assumptions get you in trouble. Oh, brother. Professional Minecrafter. Apparently, I'm going to need a lot more of this and a lot less of that. Okay. Sorry, it's been 10 seconds since I've eaten on a new version of Bedrock. Better take care of that. No, it is not a rectangle. It's a rectangle minus a square. Some of them could be small squares. Some of them could be juts out here and there. Well, except that the L part is... I mean, it's... The dimensions are wrong. It's wider this way than it is this way. So now the problem is I've only kind of half paid attention to what I was doing here. I'm sure this won't be a problem at all. I'll be able to easily fix this. No mistakes whatsoever without doing a bunch of extra counting or making sure my materials are right. Totally. Oh. My inability to place a block where I want to place it is back, I see. Okay, that's about right because it lines up with the carpet. And for those of you counting along at home, yes, that has been almost an hour before I recognized that mistake. I was dying anyway. I didn't do the shape on the live stream. That's the worst part. Last night, this morning, I'm like, you know what? I'll get a jump start on this. I'll put that first layer down. Unfortunately, I did it on a different floor of my house from where my design was. Okay, so that wall should be... Yeah, 2064. Totally nailed it. Yeah, I know. When you take a break every 15 or 20 minutes, the time flies. 3. Now I'm thinking, how much do I want to trust that math? This is already wrong. Yeah. Cut that off there. I don't think stressful breaks count, though. I wasn't paying attention. Was anyone else paying attention? Is anyone counting? Because I forgot to. Perfect. Nailed it. I already don't even use the bulk of my monitor now. Let's just go through here. And at this point, I'm not going to worry about what material should be under what block. We've already talked about how it won't matter because it won't be seen. And obviously it's not helping me build it right anyway. Next time on Not Building a Mansion with Fred. Have a problem enough with the straight lines. No, they're underground. And yes, that's a valid reason. I will say that I looked into trying to get end gateway portal in survival, just like one you could place anywhere, so we could have a end portal anywhere near where anyone is, because there isn't one now. I mean, K-Dog's old base is by the one we have, and I looked up for the ones that are on 118, and they're so far away from where the 118 area is. But all the ways I could find on YouTube don't work anymore. All right, phone, stop dinging. Did it eat again? When are they going to fix this? This has to be a bug. Like, there's no way. There's no way it's not a bug. This thing is really going to rival my base for height, too. It will be very, very large. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, I was actually surprised. Not according to Chunk Base. I haven't gone looking for it, but Chunk Base does not. And I know that he was having problems with the 118 placement of things, so it could be that there is something, but I haven't gone searching for it. So as far as I know, there is not one close. Yes, counting to 3 twice is easier than counting to 7 once. Oh my god. I don't know if you can hear the dings, but just like I'm being blown up here. Oh, it's a family group chat. These people. My son has been at a friend's house for days and days, one day, and he's complaining that his phone's going to die. So then it was a 8 text conversation about phone chargers. Yeah, see, I didn't think so. I know that dinging can be fairly annoying, but it's like fairly quiet. It's very simple and short. Because I've had long text tones in the past, and I don't like it. I don't like it super. I don't like my phone like not making tones at all. I want to know, unless I don't. I just keep going and going and going. I will not be bullied into muting my phone by my family. One of the issues I'm having is that in order to see the chat, I've got my Minecraft window over to the left. It's a new thing. I don't know who taught my wife how to do it, but they shouldn't have. So I can't see. I can barely see any of my my design picture here. I know I can't go too far out because there's one there. All right, it's going to a pocket at least. Let me see if I can find. Yeah, but then the dings still go. Normally it's not an issue. Quite frankly, I'd rather have the dings coming in than the my internet dying every 15 minutes. So. Should I rewood here? Okay, so there's one room here. There's a gap. And this should be the crossroads. These Woodland Mansions, I don't know if they all have it, but a lot of them have the weird pillar just in the middle of nowhere, where you circle all the way around. How much carpet do I want to put down before I double check my numbers here? Too much? Agreed. Just enough where it'll be funny when I need to rip it all out. Not funny enough yet. Let's actually put the white in too. I was hoping I was have to go get more. So if I put all the white in and needed to put like 2 more in, I went to go get it, and then I double checked and found out that I put it in the wrong spot. That's where it's the funniest. Aha. Apparently if I just hide the dock, it doesn't work. If I close it and get a warning message and then open it back up, then I can see my chat again. One, two, yeah, that should be fine. Totally nailed it. Of course, now I'm back to tiny chat I can barely read. We'll call it an improvement at any rate. Can't help but think it'd be smarter to do this completely differently. Not completely differently, but smarter to put some of the walls in before starting with the carpet. But you know, you got to measure against something anyway. And carpet's here. Sure, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. I see this a lot. Me just bashing at the bed. Can't sleep yet because I'm too paranoid. And then what inevitably happens is someone else sleeps. I'll hit that thing 20 times and all of a sudden, boom, this person's sleeping. Oh, come on. I was just trying to. Did you know that every room in a mansion has a name, according to the wiki? I don't know how official it is. I think they're fairly official because I know the whatchamacallit's the whatever the name that the game uses itself. Like, they've got kind of files set up for the schematics. And did you know that while they make sense, there's no way I'm remembering any of them, except for the map room. And that's only because I know the map room is where some of the baddies are guaranteed to spawn. And there's like 3 other rooms they'll do it in. I can't remember what they are because they've got more complicated names than map. Huh. What do you know? The math has worked out. Let's have some more excitement here. Exactly. Yeah, I don't know why they keep, I mean, granted, Woodland Mansions are completely useless ever since, pillager patrols and raids became a thing. And they were fairly useless before. It was just a spooky thing where people could have fun. But, like, I know they're moving them so far away. What if they become useful again? Then we'd be in trouble. It's like every update, they're further and further. Some of the stairs throughout this build, and there's tons of stairs throughout this build, get a little iffy on. I've got right side up and upside down marked clearly, but like what direction they face, a lot of that will be based on memory or what looks good. So accuracy may be a little lacking here at some points. Is what I'm trying to say. But it'll be good enough. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. It'll be the theme for this entire project. Internet goes out several times. Fine. Speaking of which, we're about due for another one. And I want to play some bets. I can appreciate the fact that everything's built on a grid. I just wish the grid wasn't terrible. That room. This one goes there. Yes. I think a lot of this, the reason I do those weird things like this is the same reason I took down this mountain that used to be here. Sometimes you just want to play your game and not have to think about it. There's, quite frankly, a little more thinking in here than I really could have really needed, but it's fine. It's much easier to tear things down, of course, than to build them up, especially if you want them to look a certain way. Especially if you're trying to copy something that already exists. And I knew going into this there was less than, like, 10% chance I'd finish much of this today. I gotta admit I'm a little further behind than I expected. Technical difficulties. But I don't know. Should I stream the rest of it? Should I work on it in between times and just, stream a couple hours each week? How much of a Woodland Mansion does people actually want to see being built? Can't imagine the numbers that high. I wonder if that's oak wood. Yeah, it's probably oak. My mapping process is not 100%. In a browser window, I actually do have the wiki page up for the mansion so I can look at all the different rooms. I was using it as I was building the design too, just so, because sometimes it doesn't make any sense, or Sometimes I delete the entire level without getting all the information I needed. You know, things like that. But as we do this, we can play the "What room is that going to be" game. You know, descriptions, names. Problem is, last time I was like conversant with what rooms there were. Since then, they've added several more rooms. Okay. Like tons of them. This was one I did not recognize. Because it looks like something else, but it's not that. I mean, I guess nothing can spawn in here, but how am I supposed to light it up? What if it was spawnable? What then, smarty pants? What's my plan? Besides forgetting where everything is and getting literally turned around trying to do this. I'm only used to seeing it from this angle, so when I have to turn around and do things and on the build itself, it gets a little iffy. Who designed this room? Oh yeah. No, I'm not hesitant to place these blocks. I know exactly what I'm doing. Not stalling for time or anything. Fluffing the hallway with an X, as in he's going to come tear all this down, or that's what you expect to pop in if I don't light it up. How terrifying would that be? If all the hostile mobs had our skin, so you had no idea. We could jimmy them up so they show up the username too. You never know if you're dealing with another player or something trying to attack you, or both. Now we all know that the stairwells get super dark behind them. So the addition of those torches should really help. I hope. Okay, this one does not go all the way over here, but it'll just be easier to figure out by doing it that way. Shoo, go away. Come on. Go play in someone else's yard. Cow gangs. Joe, do you call creepers because you just like to watch people get blown up by creepers when they're not aware that their creepers are there? Just curious. Just asking. Unrelated question. I'm already lost again? Oh, there I am. Found me. that's that one there. It's a huge one, which means this has to go around. I will say that if you're planning on doing anything like this at all, start soon after you're finished with your design. I finished my design, was it Saturday? Yeah, yesterday. I kind of started this morning. You saw me already mess it up. You want to give yourself all the advantages you can. Well, that makes sense. I mean, of course, you'd also sacrifice yourself just to do so. Joe wants to be the creeper. That way, make sure he keeps his kill count alive. Or death count. Oh, you're up to 52. When did that happen? I guess congrats. Now let's see if I can do a bunch of this by memory. I think it's dangerous. That's why we don't leave giant gaping holes in our bases. We leave small holes filled with easy to see lava people still fall into. Well, when I say people, I mean person. One person falls into it. As you were falling or after you fell in again? Nope, I'm going to have to check the map. Oh, I've totally forgotten all that. Where am I? Both. I just figured, as you were falling in, you're like, you know what, I better cover this hole. And you just throw glass up there real quick. Too little, too late. Whoops. No! Irreparable floor damage. I gotta start putting in more racing stripes. Oh, dang it. There's a fine balance to strike here. Also, where do I end? Here. Turn here somewhere. Oh, there it is. With the changes in hostile mob spawning, Woodland Mansion should be a little bit safer, because even though most of the rooms aren't really lit, the hallways should be lit well enough now. I don't know if they ever were before. I mean, yeah, they've got non-spawnable spaces with all the carpeting, but still. Every little bit helps, because all these edges still open. Okay, you know what? Stay. The more lag, the more likely it is my internet's dying. That's not a good sign. Is anyone checking the numbers on these carpets I'm laying down? All duping glitches show themselves up by having the numbers not make any sense. Maybe I'm accidentally duping carpet here and I don't realize it. Of course, I ran out of carpet here and I expected it. The best part of watching video games on YouTube is how varied the graphics can be. Certainly not the same thing over and over and over again. Okay, I think that's the layout of the floor done. Mostly. Let's see, what do I have in here? D-ski must be in another. Let me actually dump some stuff off someplace where I will remember where it is, hopefully. Because I need to go get some more dirt. Ow. Fine, I'll get more wool first, whatever. And while I'm here, I'm going to go get some more emeralds too. How about that? Because what I'm thinking is I'm going to take that chunk out of the corner I accidentally put in there and re-terraform it now. Because otherwise it's going to drive me crazy. And slowly repair tools. I pick up all the loose cactus that falls down here and put it in the thing, even though I literally do not need to. because it produces so much cactus. This is like the dirt I pulled out of the footprint of the mansion. There was a lot. Don't worry about this. This is nothing. Now, let's see here. Don't worry about that down there either. That's nothing. Now the question becomes, do I leave the cobble here, knowing full well how much cobble I need for the rest of this build? Yeah, it should be fine. I'm definitely not putting up a beacon. I did that to finish it up last night. Okay, hopefully we actually get this last chunk done. Before we call it. I think what I'm going to do is plan on streaming again sometime within the next 7 days. But I'll probably work on this in the meantime, in addition to whatever pops up. I'm holding too much dirt. Why did I grab so much dirt? Still too much. Could have left it here as a patio. Not that there would be any way to get to it, but, you know, could have left it there as a patio. Just look back at old footage of this area, see if I can put it back to like it was. I won't, because why bother? But I should maybe think about not doing that. Whatever. It was just, you know, probably a little bit of a hill here. So I'll put a little bit of a hill on top and throw in another acacia tree or two that I probably tore down without needing to. You know, fancy like. Whoops. Ooh, almost. Alright, alright. I get it, you suck. Now, based on the fact that the front of the mansion I had to kind of put the, build the stairs down, if this had generated here naturally or spawned in naturally here, this entire thing would have been lowered down by probably like 4 blocks and just cut into this terrain. And I've got a little bit of that going on, but not too much. I think it's kind of a neat effect, but I don't need 100% accuracy. This is more of a museum piece, not a something you learn from. I guess museums are kind of learning things. Totally natural. Can't even tell something went wrong here. Blends right. Wait, hold on. Boom. Rounded. Natural. Standard Minecraft generation. You can just see one of my towers in the corner, the corner towers in the background. I don't trust those cows. Sure, why not? Sure, why not? Because it's so hard to randomize any kind of terraforming. A lot of times when I make mistakes like that or something just goes weird, I just leave it in like, yep, that was by design. The game is generating the grass. Might as well use that randomization as part of what I'm doing. And not all the time, but sometimes. Trying to think about how much of this dirt I just dug out yesterday or last night. Okay. Take a nap, grab some saplings, finish that hill up, wrap this disastrous stream up. We should get, good hour and a half footage once it's all edited. All the blanks are edited out. Hope those are very useful. No. Now, why would I have useful saplings here? Come on, fly away. Oops, undershot. Oh, look at that. Back to pro style. See, proof I actually use it. And 3 acacia. D-Ski, when I'm watching your streams, I feel like you're constantly saying stuff and got things going on. Do you plan that ahead of time? Because really all I'm doing is focusing on what I'm doing, like literally this second. So if I was going to keep talking, it would be things like, oh, just put 2 more characters in there. Pass into the entrance. Farmers. Sheep. At some point I should actually make this quicker. Actually, that's a good idea. That's a good point. I should convert this from a cheap and easy farm to a proper farm, but I was going to say, who's got time for that? Literally, I do, but if I didn't do it when I was building the map, I'm not going to do it now. In fact, I'm more apt to just throw in a newer version of it. Did I remember to grab? Oh, I did. So I got distracted by lack of carpet. My wall to almost wall carpeting. This area will look less terrible once it's all, once the mansions are filled out. Towers over this space. See, look, I'm making it pretend like it got cut in there. Fancy style. Although, like, if you go to mansions, like, if you find mansions, you'll sometimes see leaves and stuff generate through because, of course, trees are supernaturally strong sometimes in this game. Sometimes they're not. It's always hard to tell. Being a student of natural shapes, I can tell you this does not look natural. I can't actually tell you why. I'll leave that one like it is. Good enough for now, unless I hate it later. Throw one there. Throw one there. Throw one there. I feel like there used to be more trees. Okay, maybe it wasn't far enough away to fly into this area, but it just... I got tired of walking, alright? Now I'm gonna die because I'm not eating. Instead, I'm flying straight into trees and stuff. What do you think? Fix mistakes as you find them or compile them up to later? I was barely in the space. Good. Much better. Now, what goes in all these rooms? Oh, forget about what's in the rooms. I gotta put what's around the rooms. Okay, here's how we're gonna play this. I am going to... What was it? Not an birch. And yes, I realized I stopped in the middle of the sentence and didn't finish it. I'm still working up what I'm saying. I am going to build in some of the outside of the space here. And we will end the stream when either I finish it or my internet dies again. Put that there. Right now, but I do need more whales. The outside corners of this are almost the exact same thing all the way up, with like really very few exceptions. The corners are always like this. Why am I running off without putting the resin blocks in here? Every wall segment here. Now this kind of changes sometimes. As you go up the wall. Nice. Real good. Just what I wanted to do. Oh, I did need stairs for this. Dang it. That's okay, they don't belong in there anyway. So, I repeat. Haw, 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 haw. Because you got to fancy it up a bit, you know. You know how it go. It occurred to me today as I was laying down this floor that a lot of people like us, like Minecrafters, we do things wrong. So, you know, there's like a few different styles of houses that people do. There's, you know, the oldie-timey ones that Minecraft looks like it was built around. Kind of match in with, you know, even the villages to a certain extent. There's ones that look more like our houses now, a little more modern. And there's like what, you know, even architectures call like the modern style. You know, it's all straight edges and regular shapes and whites and blacks. So typically when you're playing a game like Civilization, you start with a more rustic look. However, in Minecraft, it occurred to me, those simpler looks are easier done early game than the more complicated looks. You can get, maybe not white concrete, but you can get flat blocks, you know, flat colored blocks with no texture very easily early on. Later on, it becomes more of a problem. I don't remember the details if I don't have my cheats of the dunk 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 things. That's the official term. For these little things that cut in, those are the dunk things. So I guess my point is, if you're building a storyline in Minecraft, I think it makes more sense to start with what we would call a modern look and work your way down back to a more complicated, stylized look of the past. Also, I need to put a bed on the other side of this mansion. So I'm going to do that without taking damage. How crazy would it be if you moved a pillager outpost and they just kept spawning in the new one? How much trouble would I be with this attempt here? Or just trying to like do my daily stuff on the realm? A lot. I'd be in a lot of trouble trying to do it that way. Bean has entered a chat with Chicken Nuggets, which means it is probably my kid at his friend's house being goofy. If not, it's someone else being goofy. Either way, I appreciate goofiness. Oh, counting. So hard. Placing blocks, also hard. Okay, so far so good. Almost done with this outer decoration part. Let's see if the connection can last. Whew, made it. With a celebratory llama. Ooh, 2 celebratory llamas. Alright, thank you for joining me. Thank you for sticking around during all the technical problems. Thank you for coming back and watching us later in the video on demand. It'll be here forever. Just keep watching over and over again. It gets more exciting. Sorry, Deesky, I was very confused by your message. We need eyes. Did you just install one? Being an owner of the realm comes with a certain, not, I was going to say obligations, which is also true, but benefits. Sure, forever. Isn't YouTube going to last forever? Or long enough? I mean, we know that Forever Bedrock is going to last forever. Oh, yeah. I guess they actually started with this. Which I'm glad I put in early because this is my trading chest. See? Here's the banner pattern that Jonathan asked about 2 weeks ago. I still don't have the other one yet. I'm working on a plan. There was a stronghold close by. Man, chunk base. That almost perfect tool, which very rarely fails us. Not close enough to get these guys to actually refresh. Not bad. Oop, time for more. Well, cool. We we could use the end because aren't we fighting a dragon again soon? Doing some more end raiding, doing things that need out there. I'm gonna steal the entire end and put it on the realm by my base. You know, normal things you do when playing Minecraft. No one guesses? Huh? It's pretty obvious. You just glance at that, you're like, oh, that's totally what that is. Just like you glance at this, that's totally what that is. Oh my gosh. Chicken doesn't last as long, but it's the easiest meat to farm. This is my, once I'm done with my, once I get a hero of the village and remember to not trigger a raid at the trading hall, I trade for emeralds with that stuff. So far, it's like, 19 times out of 20 or whatever. I've totally done that. Probably more. Typical Midwesterner. Says goodbye for 20 minutes. All right, thanks for joining. Hope you enjoyed what you saw. Give me your tips and tricks for copying structures. No, I'm not using structure blocks. I'm not using any kind of commands. Technically, it can be done. Probably not on this realm by me, but whatever. So yeah, we're building it. Pretty soon, it'll really block this view. Unlike this giant, strangely efficient cactus farm I have. Disky says, stay away. But I don't want you to stay away. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out the links for the Discord, for all the other Forever Bedrockers and the Metarockers. The Metarocker. I haven't even gone on there. I think most of the Forever Bedrockers have been on there, but I still have. I'm not even whitelisted. It's a thing. It's one of my things. Randomly putting buildings up where they don't belong. Until I put them there, then they belong. At some point, I'll figure out how to end this stream.